Hi everyone, welcome to our latest episode of We Talk Tech. Today we're going to be doing things a little bit different. We're going to do an unboxing. I'm really excited to be here with Wayne to talk about the Third Reality Smart Switch Gen 3 and how it works for a lot of our members. I have one of these in my house, and I absolutely love it, and I highly recommend it. So, yeah, let's get started.
Yeah, so like Ian mentioned, we're talking third reality today, and especially the smart switch because we found it works really well for maybe people that are renting that we're not switching actual light switches out. It's just an easy retrofit for people. We're going to walk you through what's in the box, how to set it up. But first, maybe Ian, let's just touch on Third Reality, the company itself, and maybe some of the other things that they sell.
Yeah, they have a wide variety of products from smart plugs to soil moisture sensors, buttons, motion sensors, you name it. I really love that this company has such a diverse product line. And look, even light bulbs. Shoot.
Yeah, no, I was even looking at their stuff, and something that interested me was the garage door sensor. My kids are constantly leaving the garage door open, drives me crazy. So I might be looking into some of this third reality stuff too. I hear Taylor, our good friend Taylor, mentioned they work pretty well for him. So yeah, let's get into it then. So let's unbox one of these things. So the third reality switch, that's what we're talking about today. Sleek packaging, nothing too crazy. Inside the box, you're going to find, of course, the actual switch. So that will be fastened to the wall by the end of the video. You're going to find batteries, pretty standard batteries. You might be replacing those fairly soon. They don't look too fancy, too durable. Instructions. We always make sure we read those, Ian.
Absolutely.
We have some film, protective film, to go on the paddles of the light switch. I don't think when we set these up before they scratch light switches. I'm not sure the point that it's pretty, yeah, there's nothing too sharp in there. So if you want to use them, use them. I don't know if our techs do or not. I'm assuming they do because they're super careful out there. The fasteners that go onto the wall, so these will connect to the light switch itself, where the light switch plate is normally screwed to the wall. You'll just remove those screws and add these fasteners to the top and bottom of the light switch, and then our third reality switch will plug right onto them. And then the last thing I'm going to show you is they're more important than I thought they were going to be when I installed these. Were these little spacers,
Yes.
rubber spacers. And I don't know if you had this issue, Ian, but I first installed it without any because I thought this is ridiculous. What's the point of these spacers? And because my light switches, the actual paddles, were about a millimeter further out than the plate, I had to use one of these rubber switches for it to work properly. So they are important. Don't throw them away. And there are 3 different sizes, so you might have to just kind of trial and error as you install them.
Yeah, I had the exact same problem for my rocker switch, so I highly recommend them.
All right, and also when you're setting these up, if you want to connect them to Alexa or Google or Apple products, you are going to need hubs. So they sell a couple different versions of hubs. We started with the Hub Gen 2 Plus, has a USB connection. A little bit chunky when you're connecting it to the wall, but get creative with your USB, maybe 90-degree dongles, or connect it to somewhere where you don't often travel in your wheelchair or walking around your house because you might bump it off the wall, but work very well. And then they also have a Matter Hub, so a little bit more integrations there. with a USB-C connector instead, and it comes with a 6-foot cable, so makes it a little more tidy.
And I really like how Third Reality is providing a wide variety of protocols like UCB and Matter. This is so helpful, especially with our modern smart homes. We really want to have as much connectivity as possible.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into it, Ian. Let's get into the actual installation of these things. So, the first thing you're going to want to do is to get those fasteners installed on the light switch. And that is going to be playing around with the different spacers to make sure it's working properly. So, what I did before I did any installations with the app is I put the fasteners on the wall, uh, installed the actual switch, and just pressed the button to make sure it was going to work properly. So pressing the button to turn the light on and off. And then we went into the app later. So connect the fasteners, make sure you got the right rubber spacers in there, and then we can move along to the app.
So I think the wonderful thing about this device is the installation process. It is very straightforward. If you install the Third Reality app on your phone, it has step-by-step instructions throughout the entire process, which I love to see because I'm not a huge fan of reading instruction manuals. And so this is a really easy way to point me in the right direction.
Yeah, so let's get into the app installation. Or the app's already installed on our phone. Obviously, it's available for Android, Apple phones. It's available anywhere. So the Third Reality app, of course, you're going to have to make an account when you first set it up, and then we're going to start installing our devices. So first thing we're going to do is add the hub. You can do it the other way around. It's a little bit trickier when you're adding a light switch without a hub first installed, but you're just going to run through the steps in the app. It's going to find your hub, whichever one we're using. We, for this one, had used a Gen 2 Plus hub. Finds it pretty quick. I'm going to click on it, and then we're going to connect it to our Wi-Fi. It usually takes a couple seconds. Fairly quick compared to other devices, or fairly standard, I should say, when compared to other devices. So there, the hub's connected to our Wi-Fi. Then we're going to go in and rename the hub. So obviously, you can name it whatever you want. I'm sure Ian's got some creative names of his hubs there. So. Okay, after we've named the hub and we've got it in our home page, we're going to go ahead and add the light switch. And here you can see actually all the different products they have. There's tons of products they sell, all integrate quite nicely. We're going to add the switch, and here it's going to grab the hub that we've already installed. So it's very seamless. You don't have to do that at a later step. Just click on your hub, add the batteries to the light switch that we want to install. And this is the step-by-step instructions that Ian was talking about. It tells you everything. So a quick reset of the switch and kind of puts it into pairing mode for us.
And make sure that the light is in fact flashing rapidly and not just blinking slowly, because I did make that mistake the first time.
All right, there it is, rapidly blinking, and it will take a few seconds to get it connected. We'll connect to our TIL hub, everything in pairing mode, and then pretty quickly you'll see that the switch, there it is, it's added to our account. And you'll see it's added to our device list. Again, you can name it whatever you want. All right, after you've renamed it. You could actually turn it on and off and test it out. Everything should be set up. It won't be connected to the wall yet, um, but you will see it in your device list on the app. So everything's connected now. All we need to do is physically push it onto the fasteners on the wall, and you're ready to go. Test it out through the app. Test it out by pushing the button, and that easy. You're done.
And one of the great things about this device is it works with all sorts of different light switches. So if you have a rocker switch or a toggle switch, you're in good hands.
Yeah, it is. It is quite an interesting design on the back. You'll see that if you do have the toggle switch, just kind of connects right inside there, or it pushes the rocker as well. So it's actually designed quite well compared to other ones we've seen in the past.
Yeah, I love the simplicity. I love that there's a physical button on this device so that anybody can go up to the light switch and push the button to turn it on. I have seen other variations of this from other manufacturers that don't have that button, so you can only control the switch using your phone or by voice control. So that's really nice that they've done it. I found that it connects really well. It's stable, a stable connection, and what else? It works with the different platforms, all the ecosystems like Amazon, Google, etc. It even works with Home Assistant. If you have a Home Assistant set up, yeah, I really like it.
Yeah, one of the other things I was thinking about when you said it was physical and stable, you meant like the Wi-Fi and the connection, but with the fasteners, it really does stay in place quite well. We have used devices like SwitchBot or FingerBot to turn on and off lights before, and they are double taped in place. So
Yes.
sometimes you're wondering if they're going to push off or not. Typically they don't. They work pretty well, but the fasteners really do make it securely snug onto the wall.
What about the cons? Are there anything that you've heard from our members? Any feedback?
Well, I mean, I was thinking coming into this that the cons might be the batteries, but they seem to be lasting quite long. We haven't
Yeah.
had too many complaints about the batteries. They seem to last quite a while. Um, I mean, it's not the most aesthetically pleasing device. If you're comparing it to replacing the actual switch with a smart switch in the wall, obviously that would look a lot nicer. But for somebody that's a renter or somebody who doesn't want to replace the lights or doesn't want to hire an electrician to replace all the lights, this is a really nice option.
Yeah, I think like I try to steer away from battery powered devices if possible. If you have a lot of smart home tech in your home, for example, I have probably 100 devices in my house here, and so having to change the batteries for every single device like every year or so can be a little bit annoying. But you know what? For the simplicity of just unclipping it off the light switch, popping a couple batteries in, and then clipping it back onto your switch, it's a very easy installation, and I don't mind it. I actually quite like it. Having like hardwired smart light switches in my home, or having an electrician do so. This is so much easier. And you know what? If down the road you want an upgraded version of it, or it malfunctions, it's a heck of a lot easier to replace without having to hire an electrician.
Yeah, and you were talking about the batteries. They're AAA batteries. Everybody's got AAA batteries. They're
Yeah,
not like some of the other smart tech devices that use the CR2 batteries or the 123A batteries that are a little bit trickier to find or expensive. It's nice that they use batteries, so kind of everybody has them.
overall, I've been testing this product for about 6 months now. It's great. I highly recommend it. And if any of our members are interested in learning more about this device and how it could potentially work for them in their home, please send us an email or give us a call, and we'd love to help you out.
Yeah, we've had a lot of these installed for members, a lot of great feedback. So like Ian said, give us a call if you're looking to switch to this type of smart light switch, and we'd be happy to help.
Awesome. Well, as always, like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.